Okay, so good morning, everybody, and then welcome to yet another analysis session. It's been long since we had like an analysis session. We're mostly having just classes from like time to time. So it's nice to like share these trade ideas. And here's how this is going to be. So first of all, look at the currency pairs I trade. That's AUD and then NZD We'll do a top-down analysis on it, look at it, break it down, and then see where the market is headed to, and then what opportunities we can get as short-term traders. And then after that, we're going to look at like currency pairs you guys suggest we look at. You get, and then one thing you guys should know is, first of all, these ideas or this market outlook is more or less me looking at the market from my own perspective, using my own urge in the market. So even if it's not what you're used to, just know that that's from my own perspective. And then those are the rules I use to basically get trade ideas, and then they've been working. That's why I stick to them. Do you understand? So um I don't want people feeling alienated or feeling like, oh, he's talking about stuff I don't really he's talking about stuff I don't really understand. My trading system is bad. No, if you have a trading system that works or you use it to catch trades, fine. You can more or less just compare and contrast and see if the bias I'm having with yours is like the same. And if the bias I'm having is not the same with yours, please stick to their trading system. Do you understand? I think that's one very good thing about trading. There's no one way to money. The most important thing here is that we all want to make money. So let's get started. I'm going to start with NZD. And for a while, I've been having this whole, I don't want to say bittersweet relationship with it, but then it's been doing nice structures, but at the same time, it has been giving me a tough time to like get entries. Do you understand? So if we start on the 4 hour time frame, you'd see that this market is clearly, I wouldn't say it's clearly in an uptrend, but then it's giving us that whole bullish bias. So if you see from down here, we started having series of like higher highs, higher low, equal low, another equal high, then this low, then we broke above. We came back down. I say we shifted and then went back. So if you look at this throughout here, this market was just ranging. Do you understand? Exited the range to the top and then we came back inside. Then after that, we just had this whole spike to the upside. We still ranged for a bit and then we pushed up again. Do you understand? So now we have another high after a range. Did you get? So normal, I'll not say I'm anticipating another range. That's going to be like careless of me. But we have that whole bullish bias because price has more or less broken to the upside again. So what can we do in this case? We drop to the lower time frame and then see what opportunities we could get. So on the 1 hour time frame now, you see that it's the same thing. Price range there for a while. So low of the range and then high of the range, which is somewhere around here like this, high of the range. Do you get? And then price just exited it. Normally, I would say that, oh, we should wait for price to come back and then retest here, then we take buys to the upside, but that's too easy. Do you understand? And the whole idea of market structure, yeah, the whole idea of market structure states that whenever we have a range and then price exits out of a range, instead of we jumping on the buys immediately, we should chill for price to do something like this, do like a higher low first, then another higher high before we start jumping on buys. And I'm going to try to stick to that. I'm not going to like say, oh, I'm waiting for price to come back and retest there because I doubt if price will come back to retest this level. So what I'll be looking for come this Monday, because Monday to a certain level is more or less a day where volatility, it's not like volatility is not much, but then the volatility is not the market conditions are not as good as other days from my perspective, though it doesn't have to be for everybody. So what I'm looking to see is first price come back and then create that higher low. So once price comes back to break this high here, once price comes back to break this high here, let's say it stops here and then goes back up to break, then what I'll be looking for is more or less a retest and then a continuation. So it's not just a today stuff, it's more or less today and tomorrow. So let's see if this can like happen within today and tomorrow. So that's what I'm looking out for NZD. No current trades, but then this is what I'm looking towards. So it's just it. Then AED USD, let's run the same thing. Start on the 4 hour time frame. Oh, this one is actually much more sweet. Let me see. So this one has like a clear uptrend structure. We've been having series of like higher highs, higher lows, equal high, higher low, then another higher high, higher low here, then higher high. higher low, price just pushed up to create another higher high up here. Do you understand? So currently it's retracing for the next bias to the upside. So on the 4 hour time frame here, we have like this whole fat zone here where price can stop before going back up. But then if we go to the 1 hour time frame, that's where shape becomes interesting also. So the 1 hour time frame, technically, it's looking like price had a range here. It's looking like price had a range here. Then normal markets have, it's been long since I saw this thing where markets more or less faked to the downside and then came back inside again. You guys are seeing why I said we should not be looking to, let's say, buy or sell immediately price exits the range. So if you look at this, you see that price exited this range, came back, but instead of it stopping here and then pushing down, you can see that the movement to the upside was slow. That was because buys were trying to like come into the market. Sorry, sellers were trying to like push the market down, but then they were not sufficient enough. Next thing we had sharp buys to the upside, taking out everybody that was selling here. Do you understand? Same thing with this buy. We can be looking at, oh, price come back and then buy from here to the upside and then price just drops again. So to more or less avoid, not really avoid that, but to have like a how do I put it, a bigger edge in the market or a high probability setup, what we need price to do now is to come back, create that higher low, then create another higher high before start buying. So I'm not going to be looking to buy immediately. I'm still going to respect those rules of market structure. Price needs to come back, break, and create a new high before I start looking for new highs. Do you get? Because if we say let's start buying somewhere around here, if we say let's start buying somewhere around here, price might just tap this area and then still go down again. Do you understand? Then we're like caught inside that loop. So we just follow the whole rules of market structure, wait for price to create the higher low, then a new higher high, then we can start looking for buy opportunities. Just like NZD we'll more or less look at it within today and then tomorrow and then see how price behaves. So we might do a follow-up session tomorrow to just check all the setups you have. Do you guys have any currency pairs? If you have any currency pair you want me to look at, drop it in the chat box, and we'll be looking at it. Okay, Euro card. So let's look at Euro card first. We'll have Euro card gold. Let's look at Euro card. Ah, shit. This is one thing I hate with cross pairs. They can be really, really annoying. Okay, let's dissect and break this thing down. It's nothing is too big, nothing is too small. So price created more or less like a high, low, sort of like a higher high, higher low. Um, failure to create another higher high. We created equal lows. Bottom line is price is having that whole bearish sentiment right now. As if you look at it at the top here, we have something that looks like a double top here, where price creates like the first high, low, second high that is equal, and then tries to like break it after some time. So we're having bearish sentiments. But then if we go to the lower time frame, you'd see that it's more or less okay. It's not looking like a range, but after price created this low, we created this high. Then we broke below, we created like a lower low. Ah shit. Honestly, I'll just call it a range. It's not a range, but then the market structure is too noisy. So if I drag this back, you see that we've been having flat lows there. So I think what I would like to see before I take any trade here, right now on this Euro card, is for price to break this low here. So once price comes to like break this low to the downside, then I can look for like a retest of here before I sell. What if price doesn't break this low to the downside? Then we can look at price coming back to break this high here. So once price breaks that high, let's say price comes back to break that high, same thing, we'll look for a retest and then a continuation. So that's what we're going to be looking at. What if price doesn't break the high or the low and then stays in between? Well, it's clearly a range. So that's what we're going to be looking at on Euro card. Then the next one here is gold. If people just like gold. People are not tired of crying. BTC USD. You people are really ambitious this week. Oh. They have. See what I was telling guys. I think I took this trade with my students at the trading floor on Friday, where we're looking to sell at this area here. You can clearly see that after price ranged here for a while, we had this whole range here like this. You can see that price did not sell, but price went back inside the range again. And then you can see that we're still inside the range on gold. Price has still not exited the range. We tapped the high of the range, we dropped. Do you get? So what I'll be looking out for on this range, I'll be in this range now, is for price to clearly break, come back and then retest it to the upside. Do you understand? So for now, I'm not looking to do anything really. It's just to wait. So someone said GBP USD, and I would also like to ask a question. Okay, so we'll look at GBP USD and then BTC USD. Then from there, we'll do this thing. I'll take the question you want to ask. So GBP USD. This one is more or less interesting. So clearly, I know that the 4 hour is going to be an uptrend. Yeah, like very sharp uptrend. The market has just been pushing up strongly. If you look at it, you'd see clear series of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then another higher high. So anticipate price creating a higher low here. So let's drop back to the 1 hour time frame. Oh, okay. So this was the last high price actually broke, something around here. But then here's the thing. Except maybe news comes out today. Let me see. Is there any news event coming out today? Sorry, Forex Factory. My FX book. Okay, so on my calendar. So I have a high impact news in 9 minutes on the euro. I don't think it will affect it will affect you like that. I have by 1:30 non-defense goods. Okay, durable goods. So, like I was saying here, what I was trying to say is from observing price movement over this time. Most times when price creates like very steep highs like this, we hardly see deep retracements to the downside. Why? Because the buys are still very much active. And most times when you see deep retracements, it's more or less sellers trying to overpower those buys. Do you get? So most times when I see sharp buys like this, what I can just do is just draw my zone and then wait for price to tap it. Do you understand? But what I'm anticipating to see is more or less a short retracement and then a push to the upside. Do you get? But where I'll be looking to buy is this whole resistance here that was broken. This whole resistance that has been broken. And anytime price breaks a resistance, there's a potential that that resistance could turn to a support. So I'll be looking at price coming back to tap this level and then get buys to the upside. Do you understand? That's what I'll be looking at on GBP USD right now. But then, just like what I was telling you guys, anytime you have sharp moves to the upside, you see that you hardly have deep retracements. Look at this push to the upside. You see that we just had a short retracement. Look at this push also. We had a short retracement. Do you understand? Anytime, look at this sharp one here also. See, sharp move, short retracement. Sharp move to the upside, short retracement. Very long move, short retracement. Very long move, short retracement. Do you understand? So most times price like feels like come to fill all those areas to the downside. So I like having like moderate moves to the upside, like normal higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Do you understand? If you look at this one, you see that one thing price is just doing is just giving us short retracements. Do you get? But then we just follow the system, highlight our zone, and then wait for price to come back to tap it. The next currency pair we'll look at is USD JPY. I think someone got BTC USD. Let's look at USD JPY, then we'll look at BTC USD. This is interesting. Okay, just like all those other currency pairs too, we had a range. Price just broke below of the range. See, something like this. But then now, if you look at this one thing that is interesting here is the fact that price just created, look at this, price just created this low, price created a high here, and then now it's pushing to the downside. So what we can look to see now is for price to come back and then break this low to the downside. So this current price movement now that is rejecting from that low, let price actually break to the downside. Once price breaks to the downside now, what we could look for now is more or less a retest of this level. Then we sell from there and then ride it to the downside. Do you understand? So that's what we could look for on this one. Let me check for. Yeah, we're having a bearish bias, so it's safe to actually look for that. So that's what we'll be looking at. That's the sell opportunity we're looking at. Price has broken below. We have created a lower low, a lower high. So let's get that second lower low first before start looking for sells. That's what we have on USD JPY. Then BTC USD. Honestly, BTC USD is not something I want to be looking at, but then let's just look at it. Um, let's see. Let's look at it on Binance. Okay, this one is very simple. It has even made our work very easy. What do we have here? A range. So what we could look for in this case, what we could look for in this case is price breaking the low of the range or the high of the range. So we have low of the range here. We have high of the range up here. Do you understand? So what we need to do now is wait. Do you get? We don't need to be rushing into it. We just need to wait. What are we waiting for? Price break either below. Do you understand? Or break either above. Do you get? So normal ranging markets are markets that are uncertain. So we need to just wait and then see what happens. Let's see. So it's we actually need to like wait for price to break that range. Even on the 4-hour time frame, price just exited one very fat range here. So what we need to do is just wait. So another person has dropped to GBP JPY. I think this is gonna be like the last currency pair I look at. Then we'll call it a morning. I don't want to say a day. Yeah, someone said he wanted to ask a question. I think that was accountant. So please, after we look at this currency pair, you can ask your question. So if you look at GBP JPY, this one too is the same thing. I honestly don't know what's wrong with the markets where we're having like very fat ranges. So another range here, top of the range here, price is pushing to the bottom of the range. So if we drop to the 1-hour time frame, let's see if we have the same bias. Yep, on the 1-hour time frame too, you can see that whole range there. So same thing, we need to wait for price to exit the range before we do anything, except you want to trade the ranging market. If you want to trade the ranging market, then you can wait for price to tap here, then you look to buy. Once price taps here, you look to sell. That's at the top, you look to sell. So it's just it. Okay, Euro JPY. Still a range. Abby? Yeah. No, no, not really. Hmm. Honestly, this one too has that whole range sentiment. So I don't even know whether it's here that is the low of the range or we have this whole big one here. No, okay, low of the range there. High of the range here. Price just exited to the downside. We go to the 1 hour time frame. Price just exited. And as price just exited, if you look at it clearly, you'd see that price created like a lower low here. Sorry, a lower low here, a lower high. Then now it's pushing to create another lower low. So what we need to see is for price to break these lows here to the downside. Once price break it now, we can more or less start looking for a retest of this zone and then a continuation to the downside. So that's gonna be it for now. So accountant, where is he? Unmute yourself and ask your question. So after accountant's question, we'll be going.
Uh, Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine. Please can you go back to that GBP
Okay. Okay. So on GBP USD.
So in some cases now, when we have this deep buy, this push to the upside,
Yeah.
I think that's the news that the market.
Yeah, it's the news.
Uh-huh. So do we do we have to like wait? What if the market then we trace back down to that resistant level?
Okay. Before pushing back up, yeah?
Yes, because in some cases like during last week, I was in the market and then I
Yeah.
was trying to look for like buy, but the thing keeps going up and up and up and up
Yeah.
until permission.
So here's the thing, yeah. One, you have to look at the market from this perspective. The market is not going to continue doing this structure forever. At some point, it's going to stop. So whenever you have price, like now, if price stops here now and push to the upside, no worries. Once price breaks this high here, we have another buy opportunity. Do you understand?
Okay,
So,
so now once price breaks that now, can can't somebody just enter immediately the break?
so
Do we
why
have to like
why
wait for
why why we don't say someone should enter immediately after the break here is because of things like this. So look at this high here. You see this high here?
mm,
So look at how immediately price broke above it. Let's say you started buying. You see that what price did next was what? Sell to the downside for a while before pushing up. So do you think you'd have that whole courage? Let's say you enter the buy here, you enter the buy around here, because this was the candlestick that broke. So it's this one like this. You enter the buy there, and then immediately price started going down. Do you think your stop loss is going to be? Let me see how many pips is that, Seth? That's like 48 pips. Do you think you let a trade go against you 48 pips before actually, like, how will I put it, and then waiting for it to come back? No, at some point you panic and then exit. Do you understand? That's why we advise
yeah,
the impulsive moves. So because the impulsive moves, once they start, you know that price is headed to the direction of that trend. Do you understand? So don't let all this how will I put it, frustrate you. Do you get? Because if you say you're going to buy here now, once price breaks above, price might just start coming down immediately, and then you're stuck. Do you understand?
yeah,
Thank you very much. So just wait for it. Once price creates this low here and then breaks above, fine, we'll wait for another opportunity of a retest. If it doesn't retest, we'll go again. Do you understand? There's no way price will do this for the rest of its life. At some point, it's going to respect it, and then that's when we'll make our money. I rather sit out and then not make any money at all than waste my money on setups that I have baked. Do you get? Because when good setups come now, you don't have any money to trade them. Do you get?
I
Good.
get it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So that's where we're going to stop today. I want to appreciate you guys for joining the session. So for those that are just joining, I saw that some people just joined right now. If you want to get to see what we just analyzed, I'm going to be posting the video. So be sure to check out for the link and then watch the video. And then if you want to be catching sessions like this, you can join the group. One sec, let me drop the link to the group in the comments, in the chat section. One sec. So that's that. Oh no. That's the Zoom link. This is the link for the group, so you can join the group and then catch all our sessions there. And then at the same time, for those that will be watching this video, please like and subscribe to the page. So I'll catch you guys same time tomorrow, I think. So have a very wonderful day, guys.